What is going on, Sneak Squad and Sidekicks, ladies and gentlemen, they bees and gentle thems? Happy Saturday to you all. Hope y'all are comfy. Hope y'all are cozy. Maybe you got some tea. Maybe you got some water. Maybe you don't. But either way, hope you're ready for some sneaky fun today. My name is Dexter Chaco, and alongside me here, I am joined by the esteemed Bears and Beats. Bears, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
I'm doing well. And we are your commentators for today, ready to deliver both the sneak and the bike. If this is your first time joining us, and justifiably you're wondering, what is a sneak bike? Let's give you the quick rundown. Our 4 racers today will race 2 retro games from a bygone era, and they are not aware of the games ahead of time, hence the sneak. The first one to complete the given objectives in these games is our number 1 good friend for the day. Most things we do, from scoring to mercy kills, you'll notice, is arbitrary, but the fun is genuine. Our main goal here is to build community through retro gaming, and we couldn't do that without each and every one of you, so thank you so much for joining us today. On that note, let's go ahead and we'll introduce our racers. Bears, take it away.
And thank you, Dex, for such a fantastic intro. So today we have Ghost MF Lion, Ghost Mother Father Lion, streams a lot of games. I believe that all of our racers today are streamers as well. Some recents of Ghosts have been Super Metroid, Witcher 3, Okami, Hollow Knight, and he plays retro games every Thursday. We also have my boy, or my boy, or Rob, I believe, also is acceptable. And lately, he's been streaming a lot of Pokemon Nuzlocke and WoW Classic speedruns. Randomizers and Nuzlocke happen to be a favorite category for him. We also have Paintbrush Tales. She draws, animates, plays games over on her channel. She's been doing things like 100%ing Celeste and learning to speedrun it. Also has been known to stream Minecraft, Hollow Knight, and Among Us. And then we have this guy, our Ryan, or this guy, our sick, depending on which platform, where you're seeing him. He plays games, proclaims sometimes fast and often with his wife Ray. And some recent favorites have been Unravel 2 and Final Fantasy. I believe it's my boy's first time with us today as a racer, and this guy Ryan's first time as a racer.
Nice. Welcome to both of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we also have a couple other people to shout out as well. Today we have Mel Atonin producing for us, Jen the Human and Cosmocordia, and myself sometimes do social things. Our mods for the day are also Ace, Porcus, Rascal, and Web Tomato. A huge thank you to each and every person who keeps these sneak bike gears oiled. And with that, let's get started. Dex, do you want to do the honors?
Sure. All right, we're going to count down. Racers, get ready. On your mark, I'm going to count down from 3, 2, 1, go.
And they're off.
All right, so the objective for today's race is to finish level 1-2. And the hints that were included for the racers were, listen to the instructions. This game has a lot of unique mechanics. So yeah, there's a lot of platforming. There's a lot of technical skill in this race. I myself played a little bit of it, and yeah, any GBA game that utilizes the shoulder buttons regularly, you know you're in for a time. So looks like we're just gonna start here with the intro and some of the tutorial stuff. Yeah,
this game has a lot of intro, and I don't know about you, Dex, but in situations like this, I just like to spam whatever button gets me through it the fastest instead of reading. So it is interesting that that might not be necessarily beneficial to our racers today if they choose to go that route.
Yeah, that is definitely like a big part of kind of going into these games blind is if your first playthrough rather, is that, you know, you like every second that you take like internalizing new controls or reading like context of what you're supposed to do, like all of that counts. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if anybody lingers on text a little bit more, or or less, and see how that pans out over the course of the race.
Yeah, absolutely. And I forgot to shout out Kai Matten. Thank you for choosing these games for us today. When I opened them up, I was like, oh yeah, this looks like a game that Kai would choose, because the animations and like the art style and everything are so good, especially for this first game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that was definitely one of the first things that popped to me is obviously for Game Boy games and Game Boy Advance games and all of these kind of like old retro 2D games, the sprite work is like a huge soul of the game, and all the animations in this game are colorful. They pop super hard. Like there's tons of frames of animation, like the ponytail, like the bouncing ponytail, the like little bouncy details in the mech, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this game just like really pops, and it's funny to think about it coming from, like, if you were playing this game on the Game Boy Advance, you'd have to have like a really strong backlight to like actually even see half of this stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If anybody had like the headlamp nightlight to play your Game Boy Advance like in bed.
Oh heck yeah. I got very fortunate in my main experience with Game Boy being the Game Boy Advance SP, so I had that fancy built-in headlamp feature, if you will.
Yeah, truly. Yeah, the SP was the beginning of the infiltration from the bourgeoisie into the handheld gaming world. But yeah, what a treat! Like total game changer. Yeah, must be nice. Says
yeah, look, it was.
Must be nice.
I don't mean to brag, but I often do, and today is no exception.
Yeah, no, I still have quite a few of my old Game Boys, and every time I turn them on for a little nostalgia hit, I remember that there's no backlight, and I'm like, oh my god, how did we do this? So yeah, the race right now, it looks like Ryan is picking up the first gear, which I don't remember. Second gear? Did we miss the first? Have I been sleeping?
I've definitely been sleeping. I just figured that you could take it away with the game commentary.
No, so the gears are all upgrades to your toolkit. This game has a lot of, it looks like kind of like Metroidvania and like gradual like platforming unlocks. So different abilities that you unlock through these gears will allow you to traverse to different areas, access new spots, do different things. So it looks like all the racers are working through that little tutorial and learning how to use the second gear, the shift up. So yeah, I'm full disclosure, I'm lacking a little bit of context here, but it looks like they
same. I tried to play this game last night a little bit, and I don't. My mapping must have been off or something, because the menu just kept popping up, and I got frustrated and quit out of it. But
so props to our racers for making it.
Yeah, absolutely. They're already further than I got, so I guess that's what makes them intermediate.
Yeah. I booted this up last night, and I've been playing some DS games just using the keyboard, and as soon as this game said shoulder buttons, I was like looking at my hands on the keyboard going, shoulder buttons. Okay. All right, I'm out.
Yeah, what's everyone's favorite? What would you choose for your keyboard shoulder buttons? Will they be shifts?
That's
maybe?
A great question.
Are shifts good shoulders? I don't think it's a good question, but thank you. I appreciate you calling it such.
It's brain food. Something to keep in mind while you're watching this whole run, chat, is what would your shoulder buttons on keyboard be? It looks like, okay, cool. So looks like Ryan, I think it looks like Ryan, it's hard to say in this kind of game because I think it's a little bit more open-ended.
Yeah.
So the racers are kind of like organically trying to figure out if they're missing any upgrades or if there are any alternate routes. So progress is like a little bit tough to gauge. But yeah, right now, all the racers are kind of being thorough using that drill, looking for those hidden walls or like those destructible walls. and it looks like Lion is working their way through one of those sets of walls right now, and going through a little bit of an obstacle course with some electric snakes. Is that another gear up top?
Oh, is it?
Lion and my boy. Okay.
Lion and my boy.
Exiting through, going into a new room. That cannon on the bottom right that Ryan is, or like, what is that? Like a magnet? It gives me like big Kirby Superstar vibes. Oh, it is like a little grapple thing that. Nice. Okay, more destructible walls.
Walls. It is. Yeah, it's interesting. That you're using the drill. I guess this character's name is Jill the drill dozer.
Of course.
Of course. And you're using that to both, fight the enemies and also, as you said, find the little hidden tunnels and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Is that officially called an electric snake? Because I like that. I think that's a good description of that, whatever that is.
I think the patents. Yeah, I think the domain is available. We can take that.
Yeah.
Okay. Go on.
Oh, go ahead. No, please.
Oh, please. Insist. I'm bowing right now.
That is interesting. That like magnet that kind of brings you across to the other side of the platform. Okay. Mm-hmm. You should have gone ahead. I think that
we're good. It was a perfect recovery. Speaking of perfect recoveries, it looks like my boy is working their way through another little platforming segment and choosing whether to go right or left, choosing to go right and break that destructible block. In these games, it's usually a good sign that if there's something that you can destroy that you haven't, that's probably going to draw your attention and maybe guide you towards a path that you haven't seen yet. Yeah, it's so interesting just kind of wondering where everyone's progress is, and you can kind of gauge it softly by, like, for instance, Paintbrush Tails right now is working their way through another like wall ceiling segment, and you know that hasn't been destroyed, so that's progress, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't really know where but you know that it's progress, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I'm really just kind of fascinated to see, like, we're just looking out for kind of new looking areas, and it looks like Ryan is, I haven't seen these oil drums yet, and there's some extra gear, those like little gearboxes. So yeah, I'm like, my eyes are just bugging on this screen right now, trying to figure out who's where, and
and how everyone relates to each other. Oh, right. Ryan just third gear. There we go. Nice.
So that's okay, cool. So yeah, you can see the three little gears on the top. It looks like Lion, my boy, and Paintbrush Tails are all missing that third gear, and Ryan has that third gear. So it looks like, right, for now, that's our tangible little bit of progress. And my boy just picked up third gear as well. So the question is, what does that gear allow them to do, and where will it allow them to go? So
that's a good question. Potentially we'll find out. The tiny bit that I played, so you can do the operate the drill either clockwise or counterclockwise with the left or right shoulder. And I didn't get to a point of realizing, I guess, what the benefit of either one is, but
you said rotating the drill clockwise and counterclockwise?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh.
As in this game, I am pretty sure that's what the control. That's what the control choice was. Yeah. And speaking of being an expert on this game, this is actually I think it was mentioned in chat a little bit earlier too, but it's a game that was released, developed by the company that created the Pokemon series.
Yes.
aka Game Freak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always cool to see developers that are known for like a flagship series to see like any other little projects or smaller projects. You get to see kind of how their approach to gameplay design and aesthetics translates over to outside of those like monolithic titles. Yeah, and Mel says released in 1971. Any 1971ers in chat?
1971, what a good year. I do want to call out too. Thanks, Ace, for gifting that sub to Kai. And then Cowabunga, welcome in for a second month. Thanks for your continued support.
Yeah, that's rad.
Nice to meet you, Cow.
It looks like Ryan is taking the elevator and my boy is not far behind. It was mentioned in chat by Tyler that I think Lion and Paintbrush might have found the exit early, but they were lacking that third gear.
Oh.
So yeah, it is kind of like a very interesting mix of like more straightforward platforming and Metroidvania, where like you can find where you need to go, but you might not have the tools to get there yet.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting from a racing perspective, because you kind of have to be taking inventory of like, oh shoot, I just found the exit door, but I don't have the key. Like I need to remember where that exit door is, find the key, and then go back there quick, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. It is a good thing, I suppose, that some of our racers are very familiar with the Metroidvania category too.
Yeah, I see that there's a lot of love for Hollow Knight in this community.
What? Hollow Knight?
Definitely a huge, probably one of I at this point like one of the best in the genre, I'd say.
Yeah, it's such a good one. There's certainly everyone. If you have a Hollow Knight emote, please share it in chat.
We ban anyone who plays it. Oh shoot! All right, well,
geez.
I know Tyler's out. Tyler,
with peace and love, you'll get banned. Yeah, and if anyone is interested in racing with us, there's you can feel free to check out that Google form that was dropped in chat a little bit earlier by our dear mod Nightbot. And you can also feel free to join the Discord. We talk a lot about games, and that's kind of the best way to get looped into participating as a commentator, racer, game picker, and whatever you're interested in.
So there's another little tutorial segment that just went down between Ryan and my boy that was explaining the opposite the reverse like counterclockwise mechanic for drilling. Yeah, I guess it makes sense, right? Because righty tighty, lefty loosey, like for screwing like screws and anything like that.
Yes, we are. We are carpenters here.
Yeah, of course. Yes, to all of my wood people, my workers out there. Yes,
wood people.
Yeah. Yeah, carpentry is now a very inclusive line of work, so it's just wood people. So anyway, I'm gonna
to all my wood people in chat, get screwed.
Yeah. Shout out!
Oh no! I was talking about drills.
Dear friends of the village people, you have the village people, you have the wood people. Anyway, whoa. Okay,
oh, dang.
That was a really cool. I don't know if anyone caught that transition, but it looks like the truck literally drove over my boy's screen into Ryan's screen.
That was so cool.
An incredible moment. So nicely done by those racers there. And it looks like Lion is catching up to that boss battle, that boss room, and Paintbrush Tails has the third gear and is working their way up the elevator and towards that boss room as well. So a bit of a lead for my boy and for Ryan, but not insurmountable by any means because of the format of this race. So
yeah, absolutely. I would imagine that it's a kind of a gradual build with all the information that you're kind of trying to collect and cipher through as you play around with things and see what works.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been interesting seeing this race from like this distanced virtual perspective, because I used to run a very similar event in Minneapolis and have also been to like various like mystery game tournaments and races and stuff. And when you're doing those in person, not that you should be right now, but like when you're doing those in person, people could like screen peek and like also just
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
pick up information from the other players that they're playing around or against. And so it's interesting just not having for these racers to not have access to any of that information. Like it's just we're just seeing their experience through their own frame, which is really cool.
Yeah, that is a really interesting point to bring up. And it's cool that you were involved in a very similar type of event format.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's funny too because as a racer, you're kind of like in your own bubble, and you might be I
Anyway,
don't know, like shouting expletives
whoa,
at your screen and
okay.
just finding creative ways to show that you're struggling with things. Because you're not your voice isn't being heard or anything. And not having experienced that myself, but
Oh, look at those. Okay, so we've got a new mechanic. It looks like on level 1, 2, there's that like those gooey blocks that you can essentially double jump with. My boy is kind of testing those waters right now, and that's going to be an interesting mechanic for mobility. Is you go up, drill the gooey block, and then jump back. Yep, very cool. And it looks like the 3-gear mechanic is unique to every level. So every
yeah.
level you have to find all 3 gears, and it looks like my boy already has 2, and I think that Ryan might already have. Oh no, Ryan's working towards the second one as well. So my boy is picking up a pretty decent lead from what it looks like.
Does Paintbrush have all 3, or am I is Paintbrush on a previous level?
Paintbrush has all 3, but is still working through the previous level.
That's right.
So Paintbrush is definitely Paintbrush's distance to close, but again, not impossible just because of the nature of this kind of game. So if there are some brutal platforming segments, or maybe some confusing twists and turns, or anything like that, then it could be an opportunity for Paintbrush to catch up. So it looks like Paintbrush is clearing that first area and making their way onto area 1, 2, which is sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the little like the cutscenes, the way that they handled those.
Totally. Yeah, these cutscenes are that they've been better than some of the games that I've been playing lately.
I really like these little slinky enemies. These are cute.
Yeah, Game Freak has done a good job with just like really kind of utilizing that like high FP, or like I don't know how you describe it. I'm not an animator, but like lots of frames of animation in like all the enemies, and even like the gooey blocks like are just really well animated and stuff, and it helps the game pop. It gives it a lot of life.
Yeah, just the attention to detail with all the pieces. Even the dialogue boxes with the characters making sudden like slight movements while they're talking too.
Totally. So it looks like Ryan I'm seeing like a boss health meter. Yep. There we go. So Ryan is working towards, I think, a sub boss, because the 3rd gear is not found. So I would assume that this is like a little sub boss segment. Still working with plenty of health, it looks like, and has obviously got that pattern down, waiting for that little column to extend and drilling right in. And we're going to just avoid all of that mess and move on to, is that 3rd gear? No, just a health power up. There we go.
Nice.
Sweet.
And Ghost is working with 2 gears now. Paintbrush is still at 1.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, go ahead. I was just gonna say there are so many areas in this game. It is slightly tricky to pick up on, where exactly everyone is, but it's helpful to compare the gear stackings.
Yeah, definitely. If we didn't have that for our first kind of commentate / playthrough of this game, it would be like near impossible to tell who's where. But that's definitely like we're thankful. We commentators are thankful for things like that to pick up on to gauge progress.
But yeah, that gear UI is just my favorite thing that's happened to me this week personally.
Yeah, it would be a lot of speculation otherwise, for sure. Speaking of speculation,
segue, please.
So Lion is at the sub boss now too. So it looks like, yeah, not too far behind. Lion and Ryan are not too far apart, and my boy has been kind of keeping pace. Wait, my boy's outside?
Is outside?
Whole
Yeah,
new,
wow.
whole new segment. Okay.
A whole new area.
And it looks like Paintbrush is looking through some tutorial stuff to kind of get an understanding of some mechanics, which is very proactive, honestly. Like, that's a very like cool reflex to be like, okay, let me make sure that I understand like everything that I need to do so that I'm not tripped up like anywhere else.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think this definitely feels like a more unique game in the sense of usually you can kind of just like fiddle around and figure it out as you go. But as the instructions for the racers today kind of indicated, it's good to keep pay close attention to the instructions that come with the game.
Definitely. Yeah, and that's kind of the concept that we were talking about a little bit earlier at play of like, you might lose some time in that menu trying to practice or learn mechanics, but that could save you a lot of time in the future, just making sure that you're like totally up on what there is to do. So
Paintbrush just got that second gear.
Yes.
Looks like it's serving her well. That extra time, as you mentioned, spent looking around the menus.
Immediate reward.
Immediate payoff.
And it looks like this might be the double boss. Not just one, but two.
Sheer shock. Two bosses. My boy fighting two bosses on this Saturday.
Yeah, game's like, all right, let's see that lead of yours. Hold on. Let's throw a couple of these big ones at you. And Ryan is not too far behind, also outside, looking to come back into that boss battle. So that's cool too.
Oh, that's really interesting too, how the drill actually goes into that very specific, like the rocket launcher side of those bosses. Instead of just like hitting it anywhere, you just get inserted there and drill away.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always funny to see in these games that like, so the design, you can see like a little bit of the design process at play, right? Where it's like the main character, your whole mechanic is based around having like a drill on a mech. And so every like enemy, every obstacle, every environmental challenge, like they're all going to stem from how does one with a giant drill attached to a mech interact with this world? And we're seeing it right now. Just find massive drill shaped holes in your enemy's armor and just jam it in and go to town. So there we go.
Absolutely.
And it looks like my boy is going to finish
my boy did it.
Boss. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That's big.
Jeez.
And I would assume that the third gear is going to be chilling right behind this door.
Yep.
A twist?
Jeez. Oh, the shock.
The twist? It's not over?
Savage.
The giant spinning bank chandelier too, with a perfectly drill-shaped hole.
My boy's gonna swing from the chandelier.
Any Sias in chat?
Sia, are you here with us today?
Yeah, can we add Sia, please? Can we give a shout out? Actually, I don't know if we want that anymore, but anyway, neither here nor there. Looks like Ryan is also working on the last little bit of health from that boss, and this is cool. I'm surprised and honestly, selfishly, a little bit delighted that the level's just not straight up over yet. Yeah, my boy has still got some work to do apparently. Third gear acquired, but like, where's the exit?
Where is it?
Hey, what's going on, Baron?
Jen, I like that wordplay there. That was good. Good wordplay in chat happening.
Oof, see ya, more like see ya. Let's go. We got jokes in the chat. Come on,
so many jokes. Mel is not into. Yeah, if there's any wordplay in chat, you also get banned. It's really messed up.
Yeah, so no Hollow Knight and no wordplay.
No, yeah. It's a welcoming community except for those two things.
These are the two commandments that we've nailed to the front door of the Sneakbike chat.
Speaking of welcoming community, if you want to join the Discord or sign up for a future race.
Yeah, there's only a small chance that you'll be barred from any future events. So just watch your wordplay and don't talk about Hollow Knight and join the Discord. We'd love to have you as long as you don't play Hollow Knight.
Exactly. Just huge giant disclaimer. It's cool to see this outdoors level. I don't have anything else to say. I'm still very lost on the environment, but it's pretty cool to be outdoors.
So I'm a little bit unclear on the moral alignment of Jill the Drill Dozer, because like we're in a bank and we're kind of destroying the bank, which is cool.
Yeah.
Because like capitalism, but like there were like 2 bank robbers maybe, or they were bank security guards. I don't know who the bosses were, and who they were kind of influences what our role in this drilly world has been. Are we the bank robbers? Are we the baddies? Are we the goodies? I don't really know.
This is getting really deep for a Saturday morning, and I'm saying that at 3:45 p.m. Yeah, that's a really good question. Kai, are you coming in with the hot lore?
We were part of a thief group. Your father was beat up by an evil corporate CEO, dude.
Wow.
Is this like anti-establishment? Is Jill radical? Let's go. Getting revenge and getting back the diamond from an evil corporate CEO.
Speaking of diamonds, my boy.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. I'm sorry, I was getting so excited about breaking down banks and bullying CEOs. Yeah, and my boy just snuck out from under us and grabbed that diamond back.
Yeah, the dialogue looks really interesting too. I haven't been able to catch a lot of it because I think they're moving pretty fast. And surprisingly for a race through the dialogue.
Seriously, yeah, it looks like Ghost Lion is getting to the boss battle as well, and nice. Paintbrush is working their way towards the boss battle. Not quite there yet, but again, I have no frame of reference for how long this level goes for. Like,
yeah, same.
Who knows? Who knows? We could see a comeback.
Absolutely. Oh, it's an interesting. The Ryan just dashed. That was an interesting animation. I don't know if I've seen that before, but maybe I just wasn't looking closely enough. Then Ryan looks like. Is this where the boss enters too? Oh, Ryan is at the diamond.
Yep.
Section. Nice.
That's a big one. It's as big as Jill.
Yeah.
I would care about that diamond too. You know, there's a lot of weird complexities about the diamond business, but wait.
Yeah.
Actual
the final boss.
Okay. Just when we thought we'd seen it all.
It's cool to see that character on the left and on the right on both bottom quadrants, just like at different points of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a lucky mashup there too.
Definitely. Somebody else knows the power of Drillomancy in this cinematic universe.
This is a really cool vehicle.
So we are in a universe in which like we have these really complex personal machines, and like the best we've figured out what to do with them is like have a drill like on the end of them, like no guns, no missiles, no.
What else is gonna rhyme with Jill? Also, these are the creators of the Pokemon series, so
true.
Everyone's favorite FPS.
I love this world. This world has honor. Like guns are lame. Like drills attached to a scorpion tail. That like you got to do that facing me. You know?
Yeah, fudging cool. Yeah.
That's what you said the first time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you.
Oh my gosh, my boy is also making quick work. Like the deed is done. My boy.
Yeah, my boy is really flying through this.
My boy. I'm sorry, chat. Just a quick aside. Every time that I say my boy, just assume that I'm doing that. But I just figured that would get really annoying if I said it every single time. My boy.
Ryan is also taking down the boss. Oh, it's got chompers now. Is this like a different?
This game doesn't stop.
Yeah, it just
It
keeps
doesn't
going.
stop. Soon, like, this is level 1, 2, y'all. This is the second level, and there's been like 18 bosses. This is amazing.
What are those little robots? God,
Trillions.
Drillions.
I'm gonna stop. I'm going to bed.
Okay, me too.
Yeah, you can take it from here.
Oh,
yo.
dang, that's such a cool animation. The boys quadrant.
Okay. It's like some Dragon Ball Z-ish.
Yeah.
Jeez. And is this going to be like a Dr. Robotnik kind of character that's just going to go like, yeah, and like move to the next world? Or are we?
I don't know.
Yep, looks like it.
Yeah.
Hit you with the yeah, and out of here.
This character kind of reminds me of the Grinch a little bit, which is really, really nice.
Yes,
that's all I have to say.
That is nice. That is nice.
Yeah, it's something.
That's that's like we can all universally agree. And it looks like my boy clears stage 1, 2, clears the bank stage. That's it. No hidden. No more hidden ending.
Boy.
Well done, my boy. That was great.
Officially the #1 good friend of the first game.
Specifically of the first name, a friend to Jill.
A friend. Yeah. And also look at the fantastic cartridge art provided by Kai as well. Thank you, Kai, for hooking us up with these great graphics.
Kai, it's so cute. If you're so yeah, Kai, it's the second that I saw these pop up on stream, I was like, okay, yeah, Sneakbike is this is rad. Like
you were unconvinced initially, but
oh yeah, I was heavily on the fence, teeter-tottering back and forth the whole time, and then I saw these and was like, all right. Yeah, and congratulations to Ryan too. Very, very close second place finish. Very cool to see.
Absolutely.
And it looks like Lion and I think so. Lion is making their way up to the rooftop for that last boss battle against Drill Scorp or whatever we want to call them. And Paintbrush Tales, if I'm not mistaken, is not too far behind. So we could actually have a tight race for
close third and fourth.
Yeah, which is sweet.
Yeah.
How was Bears? How was your experience? You raced last week.
I did race last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. Wouldn't recommend. No, I'm just kidding. No, it was fantastic. Yeah. Speaking of which, we'll have another. How many times? Okay, can we have a counter for how many times I'll just shout out the Discord and Google form? If you want to race yourself, we will have another race next weekend, and that'll be open up to beginners. So if you're not super comfortable with retro gaming or I don't know, the idea of racing or going fast in games, neither am I, but it's really fun to race, and it's open to all. So
yeah, I think that's a really cool dynamic of what's being done here at Sneakbike is that like competition can be stressful, and these kinds of environments can be stressful, and as such like can be intimidating to get into. But I think that from what we've seen, like this is the main goal is like cultivating community and inclusivity, and we're seeing like a good variety of people, of styles, of skill levels, and of games. Like the idea of kind of this open-ended ever-evolving competition is super rad, and if you're interested in any way, you should definitely check it out and check out the Discord and join and race. Just don't talk about Hollow Knight. Just please don't talk about Hollow Knight.
Don't and also the idea of like the retro category can be really overwhelming potentially. Fall into like a stereotype of, oh, I'm not cut out for that, or I don't have this extended experience, so I won't fit in. But that is absolutely not the case here. Speaking as someone who also doesn't have extended retro experience or really much at all.
just experience capital E as a whole as an entity. Come on.
Yeah.
No self-deprecation. That's rule number 3 in
Oh,
2021.
gosh.
We leave it behind. All right. No Hollow
You're
Knight.
right. You're right. No Hollow Knight,
self-deprecation,
no self-deprecation. Yeah.
no wordplay.
You're right. You're right.
Keep it in mind. All right. Wow. I am forgetting how tall the bank was.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Me too.
This bank is very tall. We've been in what feels like a million elevators.
I'm
I
sure
don't
it feels like 2 million to our racers today too.
know.
Yeah, Ghost is in another elevator. I'm getting that extra health.
I'm just imagining it's a very tall vault. Like what do you need a tall bank for but to hold more riches? Really?
Yeah.
Precious gems,
Or
rubies.
just one very large precious gem at the very top.
Yeah, that's what I assume is at the heart of every Wells Fargo that I have seen. And we are at Drill Scorp now. Lion is at that final boss encounter, and Paintbrush is at the cutscene before that final boss encounter. So we could still see a little something, but Lion's definitely got the lead on third right now.
Yeah, I would just like to point out that Drill Scorp is a really fitting name, and I like that. I'm assuming that you just came up with that.
I don't know if it's canon or not. Honestly, for these kinds of games, I would not be surprised if that was like its actual name. But I've played too much Mega Man, and every Mega Man boss is literally like as obvious as it could be. Like, oh, it's a penguin that is in the Arctic and shoots ice. It's called Chill Penguin. Just
take the attributes, smush them together.
Oh, it's a stag that lives in a volcano. It's called Flame Stag. So this is definitely Drill Scorp to me now. It's canonized.
Yeah, absolutely. As of today. Also, I see our 2 finishing racers hanging out in chat. GG's to you both.
Yeah, GG's, y'all. That was sweet. Ryan says, I realized halfway through that I could just ignore the enemies, and even though I was thinking about it, I still killed all of them. Genocide run.
That's like me trying to play ALTTPR.
You need those dopamine hits. You got to keep yourself motivated.
Exactly.
I understand. But also, if you genocide route in Undertale, like, please stay away from me.
Spoilers.
I mean, it's spoilers.
All right, Paintbrush Tails Ghost head to head on this final boss. This is feeling like a really close race, which is fun.
Yeah,
I guess.
absolutely.
Well, I guess not as close as I hinted that it was, because there are different stages, and I do believe that Ghost is slightly further ahead. But
but still, again, for the nature of the game and the levels, like the fact that we kind of had these 2 stages of being close, because my boy and Ryan were very close, and now we have Paintbrush and Lion this close. Like that's pretty cool. Like definitely no one got washed, and Paintbrush like cleared a pretty sizable. Oh, equalizer! Wait, is this the equalizer? Did Lion just Lion?
Ghost, mother, father, Lion.
This is as close as it can be now.
Oh,
Paintbrush comes from being one full stage behind the boss to now we are like basically neck and neck right now. This is incredible.
Such a good race.
Yeah, F's in chat for Lion, but honestly, I think the universe is just saying we need this to be a little closer. Nothing personnel, kid. But
no personnel.
Oh shoot, my train of thought totally left the station. It just
Mine did too. Yeah, we're taking turns falling asleep mentally and then just getting revived.
Yeah. Please send me Red Bull. DM. Don't send me Red Bull.
I would never. I just hoard it.
Oh my gosh. And even with that death, Lion is looking to close up this gap. Paintbrush Tails is like 1 cycle ahead. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
nice.
gosh.
In stage 2.
Oh, paintbrushes.
We're gonna see such a close race for third. Oh my god.
It's so close.
I don't know if that was an accidental pause from Ghost, but that's a couple of frames. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. Frames lost. Frames lost.
I do like them wahahaha from the boss. The Grinch Grinch diamond fiend.
Yeah, can we get some wahahas in chat, please? Where my Wario heads at? Oh, wait,
paintbrush!
no! Please! No!
No.
Oh my goodness, this boss is brutalizing them.
Absolutely.
Have mercy, Grinch. Please, Jim Carrey, stop. Jim
Carrey, why are you doing this to us today?
Small aside, Jim Carrey as the Grinch
is
probably top 5 Jim Carrey performances of all time. Just to be
absolutely.
Clear.
Yeah,
he elevated that.
Shout out to our sponsor, Jim Carrey as the Grinch. Just that role has sponsored us today.
Yeah, our full sponsor list is any other game but Hollow Knight, Red Bull, Jim Carrey, and Jim Carrey flavored Red Bull. And
not
it looks
Drew
like,
Carey.
Yeah. And it looks like Ghost Mother Father Lion is our third place winner there. Nicely done. This was such a cool end to this race too. Can we get some claps?
Yeah, some claps, some wahahas.
Yeah. Can you imagine someone just clapping and aggressively wahahaing at the same time?
I can, now that you mention it, and I don't know if I want to.
Oh,
that was so good.
Miss Ray says level 1-2 is a definite equalizer. Level 1-2 is a definite equalizer. Level 1-2 is a definite equalizer. Level 1-2 is a definite equalizer.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, Paintbrush is on the second stage of the boss. I'm assuming that we want to see Paintbrush defeat the Grinch.
Yeah, let's get some
Finish
Paintbrush
the
hype.
Grinch.
Yeah, let's get some Paintbrush hype in chat, please.
Yes,
Paintbrush
absolutely.
is nice, dodging the little robots.
Yeah.
And playing this pretty careful. Nice. I wonder, so it seems like you can't destroy those. So Paintbrush opting to jump over, which looks tricky.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. No small feat.
Even if you did, if you were able to destroy them, it probably wouldn't be the quickest or like the most beneficial, I guess.
For sure.
Oh, that's so tricky to try to land your drill right in right in the face like that.
Yeah. Can we listen? I don't like to. This is 2021. Instead of self-deprecating, like we're gonna give ourselves a little bit of props here. Can we just give ourselves a little bit of props for avoiding all of the obvious like everything about this game is screaming, please ignore this obvious imagery, but here we are. Totally not bringing any attention to it at all.
I have no idea what you're hinting at, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not Hollow Knight, so that's for damn sure. Do we have a...
Yeah, it looks like Paintbrush's paws, potentially.
Sephiroth! Paintbrush unlocked the hidden stage 3 ending for this boss.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, stage 1, it's drill on drill combat.
Drill on drill combat. Scorpio drill? Scorpio drill? What did you call it?
Drill
what
scorp?
Have we dubbed it? Drill scorp, that's right. This is why I don't make video games. I just can't come up with catchy canon.
Maybe that's a reason why you should be, so that people like me aren't naming all their bosses Drill Scorp. Maybe we actually need people like you to temper these squirrel brains of ours.
Yeah, hey Bears, what's this boss name? I don't know, a Grinch? I don't know, it's green.
Yeah. That's gonna be. I'm gonna go back and clip that because that is just you saying, this boss reminds me of the Grinch, and that's nice. It's like my favorite thing that's been said so far. It's like the universal truth of like, yeah, being reminded of Jim Carrey as the Grinch is very nice.
It's a beautiful thing in this world.
I think we can all agree.
Yeah.
All right, so Paintbrush Tales is obviously looking to kind of not get bopped by those forward dashes after these like 3 little robots.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long the startup it takes to start up that attack with the drill, but there we go. That's like, as long as you're preemptively sticking out the drill before the lunge happens, it looks like Paintbrush has got this in the bag.
Yeah, it's really satisfying to see Paintbrush's progress, and I also feel like as somebody who was
nice. Sorry, finish your thought.
No, I don't know if I want to, because it's just I just want to bask in the success of Paintbrush. Let's get some hype and chat for Paintbrush Tales.
Yes. Nice job, Paintbrush. And that explosion,
Jeez.
we get to see it one more time. Claps in chat for Paintbrush, please.
All the hype. But it's so satisfying to be able to see all the runners, all the racers finish like pretty close to each other today with the first game.
Totally. Yeah, and that nice. And we get to see the final. Is that a Game Boy Advance cartridge? Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
So cute.
Shout out to Kai again for that.
How did you pop off so hard on those, Kai?
And I believe with that, we are going to take a brief intermission in between this first game that we had and our second game. If y'all want to take a couple minutes for yourselves, we'll be back and ready to dig into this next game.
Yeah, grab some water, take a stretch, y'all.
Welcome back, everybody. I believe we had some troubleshooting to do, but we're back in action. I hope you all had a good intermission. Dex, did you have a nice break?
49.
Oh gosh.
50.
Are you doing
Yeah.
those like sitting at your desk? That's pretty.
Oh,
that's an
no,
impressive form.
totally. No, totally. Yeah, I'm just getting back right now. And yeah, boy, arms are tired.
Knees
That
weak.
Yeah, that's the lunchtime 50, as I call them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lunchtime, dinner time, breakfast time, three times a day, 50 push-ups.
Totally.
Mhm.
Yeah, so yeah, welcome back. Good to see you again, Bears. Good to see you again,
Good
chat.
to see you too.
So yeah, oh god, we are already getting a sneak peek at the okay. This is Ninja 5.0.
It is indeed.
It's kind of what you'd expect from the title. It's you're a ninja cop, and we'll have more on that later. But we've got our racers. We've got our racers. How's it going, racers? We're
How's it going? You're server muted.
Yeah.
But
how does it feel, racers? You have no power here.
We'll give you another 3, 2, 1 go. Now, Dex, would you like to do the honors again?
No, I want you to do this one.
Okay. All right. Are you ready?
Aye, Captain. God, I hate myself.
I literally was thinking that. Okay. In 3, 2, 1, on go. 3, 2, 1, go. And good luck. Have fun, everybody. Be your best ninja selves. This is a really interesting game. I actually got a little further in this one because it was kind of fun to play. But you're Ninja Joe, and you are trying to take down the bad guys and pretty directly. It looks like some people are already figuring out the grappling hook, which is actually a very it took me a bit to realize the full dynamic of that. The grappling hook is kind of how you're meant to get to the higher platforms, but you have to kind of like swing around. So it'll be interesting to see our racers as they get the hang of that.
Totally. Yeah. So to clarify, you can't grapple hook through like up and through platforms, can you? You have to kind of go around the corners. Is that kind of what you were saying?
Yes. Yeah. So I guess we see oh gosh, we saw Ghost. Yeah, Ghost got up there and he kind of has to like swing around. Looks like he got the hang of it pretty quickly.
Right.
And our other racers did too. I just totally missed it.
Is Paintbrush hiding in a closet, or are they frozen? Is
that a pause?
I know some stealth games you can like hide like that. Oh.
It looked like it glitched out potentially.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Well, it looks like Paintbrush is back in it, maybe? Looking to get out of that room a little bit. And Ryan is rocking the purple drip. Where did that come from? Excuse me? Green now?
Yeah, I think that corresponds to your ability. I think that there are 3 different like projectiles that you can throw in this game, and I believe that those are those are enacted by Ghost is up there trying to figure out how to open those like briefcase looking things, which is another part that isn't super intuitive. That took me a while to figure out. You actually have to use your sword to crack those open and get whatever is in them. And I believe that that's where you get some of the special power, like the special attacks that you're able to use, which change your ninja to a different color.
That makes sense.
And if I'm wrong, there's no way of you knowing.
Which is the best way to be wrong, you know?
Yeah.
Unprovable. And, you know, if you want to come back after the fact and say that we were wrong, then, you know, you're a nerd. And we love you. And we love you. Because nerds are awesome.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, self-identifying nerd right here. So
it looks like Paintbrush might be having some difficulties with the emulator. I don't know. So if you see,
it's hard to say. It's hard to say whether like Paint is experiencing that in their gameplay or if that's like a live streaming issue that they're having. You know, because I would assume if they were having those huge freezes. Like it looks like it's happening in transitions, right? Because it looks like Paintbrush is trying to go in that door, and
Yeah.
we're
Just
oh,
kind of
maybe not.
glitching out. Yeah.
Okay.
Paintbrush getting that key. Yeah, so you have to do different things for different stages. Paintbrush is still on the level where you need to get a key to progress to the next stage. And then our other racers, Ghost, my boy, and Ryan, have to rescue a certain number of hostages first. So you can see down at the bottom right, Ryan has rescued, I believe, 1 out of 3, maybe? Just has 2 more.
Gotcha.
Same with my boy as well. If you can kill the hostage accidentally, and then I think you or restarted. Mission failed. There we go. I didn't mean to sound the mission failed. There we go, my boy.
Yeah, just like we were saying. That's probably for the best that the game says, hey, you can't kill hostages and still succeed the level. That's a great precedent to set. I enjoy that for this game.
Absolutely. The hostage says thank you to you before just completely disappearing, which is a nice little feature.
Yeah, it's really important to thank your police officer ninja savior.
Good old Joe.
Could you imagine saving your life being saved and not saying thank you? Like that would be a huge faux pas.
Yeah, I can't. Only in Overwatch. I'm really.
Sorry,
go ahead. No, please. God.
I was just gonna say, Kai says you should kill the hostages for speed, but only if you're at full life. Kai, no.
Kai, please. Oh my gosh. I was gonna say I'm really impressed with how quickly our racers have picked up the mechanic of being able to swing around that corner, because it is a little more tricky than you would think it is, and then also the mechanic of, I guess, breaking those little briefcases open. I spent a good amount of time trying to figure out how to do that, since your projectile and your like sword attack are different buttons.
Totally. Yeah. I always like games with a grapple hooking mechanics in games are usually really fun, but if they're not implemented well, they can be a huge pain. But it looks like this game is kind of in the middle of like, it's not groundbreaking, but it's functional, and like a lot of the levels are designed around that kind of verticality, which is cool. Yeah.
This is another one where I thought the pixel art was pretty cool for like the characters and stuff. The animations were kind of neat.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It is pretty. Oh, go ahead.
No, it's all you.
I was just gonna say it's pretty easy to take out all of these enemies. Actually, you can kind of do it with like one swing of the sword. And we see like my boy is shooting off some fireballs and stuff. But apparently the enemies all look pretty much the same. They just have different colored outfits and stuff, and that indicates what their type of attack is, I believe.
Yeah. That was a pretty common, like, just development tool of saving some time is, just give them different outfits. And as long as they signify different, like, properties and stuff, like, that's cool. I don't care. I don't need my bank robbers to be, like, wildly different drips, as long as I can tell if they're going to shoot a gun or swing a sword. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're seeing a lot of continues, and I think so it might be accidental hostage kills. Those look like they drain your life, right? Is that it? Like,
yeah, I think that once, okay, I could be wrong and we can observe differently, but I believe that once you kill a hostage, it starts you back at the beginning of the stage.
Gotcha.
Because you have to rescue all of the hostages that you come across to progress on to the next.
Okay, so it looks like Kai is saying hostage kills drain around 75% of your life.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Kai.
Interesting. So
appreciate it.
Okay, this game does let you get away with
it. Does let you, I guess. Yeah.
Well, unfortunate casualty of ninja warfare, I guess. Sorry about that.
Gotta kill some hostages.
Saved this money. At least we protected the wealth.
Yay.
Not my stream. Yeah, anyway, so ninjas are awesome. Who loves ninjas, in fact? how many times did we dress up as ninjas for Halloween? Mine is 2. I dressed up twice.
Really?
Twice.
All right. Well.
Yeah, both times were the last 2 years.
Okay. It's 2020. People might say a lot about it, but it was definitely the best year to go trick or treating. 2020, the year of the ninja.
I was saying this to Bears earlier, but I love the theming of this game because this is a world where ninjas aren't enough, and cops are also not enough, and it actually takes a cop ninja to be the sole defender of this world. Maybe we need to think about the way that we approach both professions and start to merge them a little bit. Maybe it seems like it would be
with our powers combined.
Yeah, it might be a little bit messy based on what I've seen so far from this game. But it could be effective in the long run.
Yeah, I take a lot of inspiration from certain games. Definitely, this one might be a new favorite as far as how to approach the world around me. And this is some good inspiration straight out of 2003, actually. That's when this game came out.
Crazy.
By Konami.
I'm always, whenever I hear the early 2000s, I'm always like doing math in my head being like, that was 17 years ago. Oh my god. Like,
that's some pretty good quick math.
Is it?
Yeah.
It'd be a long time.
Well, it could have gone worse, speaking from experience.
7 years ago, says Mel. It's so long. Oh, ancient history. Actively being sabotaged. So we're seeing some like sub boss characters, it looks like, that Ryan and my boy are dealing with. There's like, are those like Shogun? They look like they're kind of more,
These are actually surprisingly easy to take down too. I think that I remember going up to one and just like hitting it twice with my sword and it was just down. So, but they can be tricky with the projectiles that they throw, and like depending on how well you hide behind the boxes or become exposed by being on the boxes.
Yeah.
Kai pointed out in chat, my boy just learned if you attack someone with a hostage from behind, it's 100% safe.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a good tip.
Yeah, so the enemies never turn around, I guess. Because it looks like when a enemy with a hostage is facing you, they like whip the hostage back and forth so that if you try and attack them at a certain time, you wind up getting the hostage. But yeah, I guess not. No turnaround. One weakness.
Can't turn or only face left or right throughout life.
Yeah, and my boy is right now in like a double hostage shootout situation right now, and there we go. You see it in action. Just flipping back and forth, waiting for the moment. Waiting.
There we go. Nice. The thank you and the disappear. The good old hostage goodbye.
Yeah, I would extricate myself super quick from that scenario. I'm not sticking around to see any more of that.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been through a lot.
Yeah, I'm brewing up a pot of tea and I'm drawing a bath. I'm not getting stuck in this crossfire.
Definitely gotta take a good emphasis on self-care after a situation like this. But at least you can tell people at work the next day that you were saved by a ninja.
A cop ninja, no less. Gosh.
A ninja, if you will.
Yeah, Bears was saying that the protagonist's name is Joe. So when you think about cool ninja names, please don't leave out the possibility of Joe. Yeah, definitely not a missed opportunity or anything there. Just
Joe Asugi, I think is the last name. I might be completely mispronouncing that, but that's the full player name.
Joe Everyman. Joe
is actually the name of my brother too. For a little totally unrelated, but like somewhat related.
Doxing
canon.
Your own brother on Twitch.com.
Yeah, and his address is.
Wow.
Dachshund, your own brother.
Oh, is this the first time that somebody's used the like super ninja like power thing that takes
special attack thing? I think so, potentially. Yeah, it's an interesting animation. And you get that by what? Hitting like A and B together or something?
It looks like, yeah, special attack is A and B together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's definitely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we're both.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, we're good. That was a good collective moment of understanding that we had.
Yeah.
So, I think that it's interesting looking at the race and just trying to gauge progress again, because there are kind of multiple factors at play with hostage rescuing and also making it to the end. Or does it just end as soon as you rescue the hostages? Like the number of hostages? Do we know that yet?
I thought that after you've rescued the last hostage, you still have to go through the door to move on to the next stage.
Gotcha.
Feel free to correct me. Okay. Yeah, Kai is confirming that in chat too.
Ryan literally just obliterated a hostage with a fireball. Just Kamehameha. Oh no. I'm sorry. Absolutely roasted.
Ooh, Ryan just used the special attack on that the boss as well.
Man, yeah, this is tough, and I don't know. The criminals at play here seem to really just, I don't know. Is there even a bank robbery going on, or do they just want to kind of mess around with hostages? Like,
yeah, that's a good question.
They're taking their time. Hanging, they're just content to hang.
They're just dispersing themselves throughout this bank chilling with a hostage friend.
Yeah, just trying to make friends by force. Maybe, I guess not the way that you should, but you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know at this point.
Would not recommend.
Yeah. So right now, it looks like paintbrush. So okay, I'm exposing my level of attentiveness to specifics right now, but it looks like, is paintbrush actually the furthest ahead right now? Because paintbrush has one hostage to rescue, or is that total hostages that they've rescued so far?
That's legitimately didn't realize this until just now, but on the bottom left of each of the player's screens, there is like a level 3, level 1, level 2 thing that is partially helpful. I am not even lying when I said I just noticed that, and I played this a little bit yesterday. But yeah, so it seems like a tandem thing between how many you've rescued and then which level. The levels also kind of blend together visually, so it's another one that's trickier to figure out where everyone's at.
Gotcha. Yeah, just watch the points is being said. Thank you all, chat. Thank you so much for making this a collective experience, and please trust our expertise on every matter, but also your input is appreciated.
Also, don't play Hollow Knight.
Don't play Hollow Knight, please.
Don't do it. Oh,
Gotcha.
bottom. Oh, nice, Kai. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Remember when I said that the levels in the bottom left were helpful to understand where the players were at?
It was 100% correct. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was right. So, speaking of knowing a lot about these games, if you're ever looking to commentate for one of our Sneakbike mystery races, you can feel free to check out that Discord and fill out the Google form if you're wanting to be a racer or a commentator. It's just a fun, casual experience, and yeah,
you have to be extremely qualified. That's the only thing, is like you have to be pretty familiar with Ninja 5.0 and all of the other games in the Ninja 5.0 cinematic universe. But other than that, it's like really inclusive. Just please make sure to come correct on Ninja 5.0. That's the only thing that we ask.
Yeah, absolutely. We're not going to play this. It's kind of messed up because we're not going to probably do this game again on Sneakbike, but it's still a very important prerequisite that you know what you're talking about.
Absolutely. It's required reading, really. Mm-hmm. So, okay. It looks like Ryan is done, according to the flashing word done on the bottom right of the screen that I so astutely noticed.
Yes.
And it looks like they're
Moving
just
on.
making their way out of the bank now, and they just have to survive.
Just
I
gotta
think
survive.
just got to survive. So looks like the other racers are all at an even 3 hostages left. So there's gonna be, as long as Ryan sticks through and makes it out of the bank, it's gonna be a race for second. But this game moves quick, and obviously one mistake can cost you your life. So
No big deal.
oh, okay, there's the stage clear. That's the stage clear for
Nice.
Ryan. I think that's it. Yeah, claps in the chat for Ryan, please. Ryan finishes first,
Fantastic.
saves the hosties.
GG's, Ryan.
Yep. Extricates themselves from that situation. That's going to be it. Nicely done. Nicely done. Wait,
Absolutely.
Ryan isn't done. That was stage 3 of 4.
Okay. Well,
Good. This is where. Oh, whoa! Wait!
I did think that there was a boss, but I was also like, okay, maybe I just missed.
What have we missed? Oh no, that's right. How could we forget? Oh,
It is okay.
God.
There's lots. It's a you know what? It's good. We're
And,
okay. We're on the
yeah.
boss. So very good friend Ryan of the day still stands is just as the boss left. Apologies for that tease, but
I think that the official in-game name for this boss is Chief Cultural Appropriation. Is
yeah,
just based on the mannerisms and the general vibe. I'm thinking that there's a little some at play here, but we're of Ninja Cop, so okay, the cinematic universe, it all checks out.
Yeah, the true boss of today's race is taking down cultural appropriation.
Yeah, this is a metaphorical thing.
Yeah.
Chief, it was a different time. Oh my God. Yeah, and actually bops Ryan for that first time, and now Ryan's gonna get that salty run back. There we go. And wait. Okay, I thought paintbrushes made it to the boss as well, but is actually restarting. It is actually my boy that is making their way to the boss battle.
Nice. I do like how this weapon is kind of like held like a hockey stick. Just something that I noticed.
Yeah, and it's a laser hockey stick, it looks like.
Just your classic laser hockey stick, yeah.
Canadians in the chat are just like going wild right now, thinking of the possibilities. If I know anything.
Yeah. I do find it interesting how much scale plays a factor into like, oh, this is a really tough boss. Like it just the enemies get bigger the more important they are.
Totally. Absolutely. Yeah, even though we're, badass cop ninja Joe Everyman or whatever her name is, we're still just regular sized, I guess, in this world. Like, we're cool, but like, you're not a giant laser hockey stick wielding kind of weird pseudo chieftain. Oh my gosh! No!
Oh no.
Okay. That's good for us. That's good for us. Chief is down. It looks
Mission
like
completed.
Completed the mission. Saved the town, and that's going to be the real first place finish right there. Can we get some claps for real?
It's really done this time. Some real claps
as we emerge from the rubble, and safely say this is real. This actually happened, and
this is real.
My boy
and
is.
We are but small ninjas in this vast universe.
Yeah, and of course, scale is irrelevant. What matters is the tenacity of your heart. It matters what is inside of your soul, your tenacity. I'm just going to use that word again because I really like it. And
good word.
And it looks like there's a little bit of compassion on the boss too, because they're dropping little hearts for you.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Feel bad. Are we the baddies? Are we the baddies again?
Potentially. Especially if you killed all the hostages. I think that might be an indication.
Yeah, there's
Uh,
multiple endings to the game, apparently.
hmm.
Are we scene switched?
I think just on our end, potentially.
Got it. Okay.
Mel-
Gotcha, Mel. Okay.
Huge
Switching back.
shout out to Mel at 09 Inch Nails for being our producer today, by the way.
Yeah, no, thank you. There's a ton at play here, and Mel has been doing a fantastic job. So y'all,
It's true.
please be thankful and appreciative of Mel and everybody else at Sneakbike that is giving their time and talent to this, because this has just been rad. And my boy is still working their way down that boss health halfway through, and
Yeah.
it looks like Lion is closing that gap to the path to the boss battle as well. So yeah, if Lion, or if my boy can just hold on to this health, then we're looking at second place right here.
Just got to grip that hockey stick and hunker down, as I like to say.
Yep. The famous Irish folk saying.
Yeah, if we could get shout outs for today's racers too. They're doing a fantastic job, and all of them do stream. And thanks for shouting out the comms earlier as well. If you want to follow Dex, he streams too. There's so many wonderful streamers dedicating their time to the sneak bike things that we see happening today. So thank you.
Totally. Yeah, everybody that you see, click those links. Follows are free, and I love being surprised by just the new people that pop up on my live feed. So go check it out. Go expand that library of good streamers. And congratulations to my boy for second place. It's number 2 good friend.
My boy.
Friend to
Jeez.
Ninja Joe. Which would be a powerful ally to have. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 good friends on Joe's like top 8 on MySpace.
Yeah, the top 8. Joe, I think, hides it, but if you like put in a special little thing in the URL, you can still see it, I think. Yeah, it's a good MySpace call out. What do you think Ninja Joe's profile song would be?
Woof.
Yeah, we don't have to answer it if you don't want to.
The white policeman cosplaying as a ninja. God, I don't know. What would their song be? Something by Skillet or Trapped, maybe. But maybe, I don't know, maybe Trapped. He seems like a headstrong fellow.
All right, Ghost is done on the hostage front and just has to make it through to the boss portion, as we know exists, and we've known the entire day that is what you have to do to become the next good friend of the day.
Yeah, all it takes is one look at this game, and you know that as soon as you see the flashing words done, you extricate yourself to the exit, fight the final boss, and you're good. So
yeah,
that's just a universally accepted like a little bit of knowledge, and I'm glad that we're all on the same page. Thank you, Bears, and thank you, chat, for also obviously all being on the same page immediately.
We are all on the same page. Yes. Yeah.
We're all experts on this.
Is it the same book? I don't know. It might not be, but that's irrelevant.
Yeah. Ryan is saying deaths in this game are rough. Like, at least let me keep my keys or keep the hostages freed, but no, got to start all over. Yeah. These kinds of games. I think the further you go back, like, the less kind of ingrained in gaming culture it was from a development standpoint to like just be nice to your players. Like, the further back you go, the meaner devs were in general. Auto saving and erasing your progress and all that kind of stuff. I think that with these like shorter, simpler games, upping the difficulty was a really easy way to squeeze extra playtime from the players and make it feel like a longer experience. Oh God, Lion!
Oh,
Double rip at the same time.
Those double mission fails
all the way across the sky.
Oh,
Hook.
Oh, I just got that took me a second. Yeah.
So, yeah, paintbrush. I mean, yeah, deaths, especially in a scenario like this right now. This is like, from a race perspective, pretty tough because for paintbrush lost like all keys, all hostages, all progress, and for Lion, like Lion at least gets to restart at the boss itself, and
Yeah.
Lion is actually going to take the boss down. Nicely done.
Nice. GG's, Lion.
You saved
Number 3,
half of
good
the
friend.
Thank you. Number 3, good friends to Joe. Nicely done. And now we get to cheer for paintbrush as we
Yeah,
work our way through the
absolutely.
last hostage extrication. Claps in chat, good stuff. Ghost has done Path of Pain. This is child's play. I'm sorry, what is that? Path of Pain? That's from a particular.
No, it's something he refers to in his own personal life. It's really it's really bizarre that also is the name of a challenge in the aforementioned game that no one in the community plays.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've been on the Path of Pain for 30 years, I guess. Like, not sure that it ever ends, but here we are.
Is this the same? Now I'm tending to forget our first game. Is this the same lineup so far that of number 1, number 2, number 3 good friend, or was it my boy who got first good friend?
Oh, I think that we're seeing a swap for first and second. So my boy,
okay.
I think, was first last time, then it was Ryan second, and then Lion in third. So
nice.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of a mix up. And just because of the nature of this game, like paintbrush is like, it seems like paintbrush is like far behind, but only because every time you die, you lose all your progress, which is brutal. So
it is really brutal.
I'm liking that the enemies never really seem to run. They're just kind of walking.
They're just hanging out. Yeah. Oh, that one. What was that you said 2 seconds ago?
Yeah. I don't actually like that.
Maybe maybe you actually spurred maybe you lit a fire under that the enemy and it was like, I don't do what?
Heard you were talking ish.
Excuse. Yeah. Talking that ish.
Yeah, they're looking like a lot of, all I can see from the enemies right now is I'm seeing the Riddler and then Jim Carrey as the mask. If you're in a green jacket, you're the Riddler. If you're in a yellow jacket, you're Jim Carrey from the mask. And I don't know, maybe I just have Jim Carrey on the brain at this point.
I mean, I think I don't know, Kai, if you had a theme in mind for the games of today's races, but was it Jim Carrey? but was it?
You only fight Jim Carrey for both of these games. Oh man. Yeah. And it looks like, so paintbrush is gonna need some extra health because this is a really delicate spot to be playing. It looks like they're playing it really safe, crouching between both of these enemies. And I think we're getting like a little spike. There we go. Nice. Freeze a hostage. Good stuff. Dude, imagine if a ninja cop was just crouching in front of you like that, just waiting for their moment to strike. You can have the hostage, man. I'm good. I'm out.
I would continue my pattern of like aiming, but then, backing up and then aiming and then backing up. I think that I would just, cycle through. Paintbrush. We're getting some chats from Paintbrush right now. I don't know, Mel, if you have any thoughts. I would love to see Paintbrush continue through, but at the same time, I've definitely been in that situation where I've just wanted a mercy kill.
Yeah, we got some hype in chat for Paintbrush for now.
Absolutely.
And, I believe it's an iterative process. But also I'm sure that we got people in the race chat that are keeping an eye out, and maybe, if things get tough, we will extract as needed. We'll learn from our friend Joe Everyman.
Joe Everyman. Oh,
Joseph.
geez. Thank you all. Thanks, King Cake, for coming back for another month. A hype train has been started. Y'all are
Oh,
wild.
whoa.
Oh, and it's
All pipe
completed,
train?
actually.
Nice.
Dang.
That's awesome. Choo choo.
Thank you all. Thank you for all the support, all the love, all the bits, the subs. Bren, thanks for gifting that sub to Sleek. I believe that we'll be giving Paintbrush a couple more chances. And see how it goes.
Yeah.
I think that the third time will be the charm. Maybe the first time, in fact.
Yeah, Oh, yes. Dun, 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 dun. Gotcha. Dun-dun-dun. Yeah, okay.
Background communication.
Yeah. What? Seamless integration.
Yeah, so I don't know for sure how many deaths have happened in the past few minutes, but yeah, we're just gonna give Paintbrush a couple more tries, I believe. Oh my gosh. Sleek, thank you for hooking up Sandy with that gift sub.
Oh, nice. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Sleek. Thank you so much. Dang. Yeah, this is I don't know if the criminals are just feeling empowered or what, but they are brutal and in force right now. This is a tough
absolutely.
game. This is a really tough game.
It's one of those ones too that like it doesn't take a lot of hits to kill the enemies, but they also don't take a lot of hits to just like knock you down. So it feels really finicky sometimes.
Totally. And it looks like the next attempt between the lag and stuff, next death we're gonna it looks like
are we calling it now potentially?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Can we get some claps in chat for
absolutely.
Paintbrush, please?
Paintbrush absolutely through and saved so many hostages.
Probably the most out of everyone, honestly. Like if we're going by total number. Like,
absolutely.
So
I think maybe that was the strat. Maybe that was the whole plan the entire time. Paintbrush just really wanted to save everybody, and make sure that they got through back to their lives, back to their bubble baths. And we respect that.
Hostage extraction is busy work that takes work on all sides. This is multifaceted, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay. Paintbrush is out here doing the most, so you better put some respect on their name. Right.
I'm gonna pull them into our chat, and we can have a little debrief.
Sweet.
I'll unmute them so they can actually respond to us too. Imagine that.
Back and forth. What is this? How's it going, y'all?
How's it going, everybody? How are you feeling?
Oof. It's good. It was good.
The excitement is tangible.
There was a big oof. I thought there was going to be more behind it. I'm feeling good. I thought that was pretty fun, actually.
Nice.
That second game was big trip up.
So yeah, Ghost. We'll go ahead and start off with you. You absolutely cruised through. Got, I believe, second in the first game. As our beloved driller Jill. And then took first in the second game. My brain is just really, really on it today. So
I don't think so. I think you're confusing me with somebody else. I think I got third both times.
That is correct.
You might be confusing me with my boy over here.
My boy, and Ryan. Yes, you are correct. Okay, perfect. Well, you are a great friend of the day. What did you think about Drill Dozer?
I thought Drill Dozer was okay. I thought it was fun, but I liked the Ninja Cop one a lot more than the drill one. The drill one was all right. It was I think that some of the things that tripped me up were how linear it really was. Like, it really brought you from one point to the next point to the next point. I kept expecting there to be some kind of a secret that I needed to unlock or something like that. So I was like looking for a bunch of extra stuff, and I probably found some extra stuff, but I don't know how helpful it really was. Yeah, it was all right. The boss fights were pretty cool. Once you kind of got the hang of it, it was pretty easy.
Did look like a game that was really really dialogue heavy and a sort of
Yeah.
I guess as the instructions kind of said, pay attention to the instructions.
Hmm. Definitely.
Do you have a new favorite out of the two that we played today? Do you think you'd stream either of these games?
I don't know. I think the Ninja Cop one was pretty fun. Like, one of the things I really liked about that game is that the enemies did not respawn. Right, so it was like you would kill whatever guy, and he was gone for the whole time. Right? So you didn't have to. Yeah. Like a lot of games, it's like if you go through a doorway, you have to like go fight through all the same guys again. And I really liked that it didn't do that. So you were able to kind of like pick a path where you could strike at the most opportune times and rescue hostages and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know if I'd stream it. I might. I don't know. But I thought it was pretty fun. I think it would be interesting. That'd be a fun game to see like a speed run for. Because I think that would be like there's a lot of different ways that you could go through that game, and I'd like to really see it optimized. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for racing with us today, Ghost.
It's a pleasure.
It was fun to watch. And then my boy, how was your race experience? Any thoughts? Any new faves?
Oh, absolutely. I actually mirror thoughts almost
exactly. I think
exactly
you might be muted. I don't know if you're aware.
Oh, am I?
But and you as I am doing a great job keeping track of the people who came out at different places so far in today's races. You got what, first in the first game, and then you here? Interesting. Okay, I had something wrong on my end. That is my bad. Professional commentator here. Sorry, my boy. I didn't hear you if you're chatting before, but I think that the stream was, so that's good.
My boy, can you give us a test?
Yeah, do you mind? I think I fixed it.
Hello? Uh-oh.
Hello?
Oh,
there
no.
We go.
Okay.
I had you are.
Okay. I had you full volume.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
No, I am sorry. That was my bad.
What I was saying is I'm basically kind of actually the opposite of what Ghost was saying. I had heard about Drill Dozer for a long time, and I've heard only good things, and I finally got now to play it, and I'm infatuated with it. That game was so enjoyable to me. I don't know, just something about the platforming mechanics just all melded together really well for me, and I don't know. I think in your question about am I going to run anything, I might actually play that game like on stream. It's very intriguing.
Yeah, that was a really fun one to watch too. It would be cool to see you streaming it sometime soon.
Yeah, I'm actually too interested to see like a speed run of that game, because it feels like, especially towards the end, you get like a dash ability and you get like ability to rebound off stuff. It seems really cool. You can do a bunch of cool tricks.
Yeah, I think Dex mentioned that there is a speedrun record that was set a bit ago. Dex.
So the top speedrun right now, at least on speedrun.com, it's not Speedruns Live, but speedrun.com says 2 hours 17 minutes. That was posted 3 years ago, but there's a run that was posted 10 months ago that's still 15 minutes behind, which usually when people are posting like recent runs and there's that much of a time gap, it means that original run is like pretty optimized. So I'd be super curious to see like what the hot times are in Drill Dozer.
Yeah, just to see like some of the cool like chain together tricks they could do.
Totally. Yeah, any of these like Metroidvania or like mechanics movement mechanics heavy games like are super fascinating to see, because sometimes you'll find a way to move around that like you've never even considered, which is
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But
any final? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna quickly on the other game. It was like, I think one of the problems I had in that one was I went in, I was, because we load up the game, shortly ahead before we start playing, and I'm watching like the eye catch of like, oh, look at all the cool stuff you can do in the game. And I'm sitting there, it looks like a mixture of Mega Man and Ninja Gaiden, which are both very, fast-paced, actiony attack games. But this one actually felt much more methodical, and just, like you had to think through your actions, and you had, okay, I have to crouch down, wait for the attack, then jump over and attack them. So it was a dissonance there. I think I went in with it that I think slowed me down.
Oh, that's a really interesting perspective. Yeah, it definitely seems like patience kind of paid off in a lot of scenarios with that one.
Totally.
Oh, cool.
Thank you
Congrats
so much
again.
for racing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was fun. It was great.
Paintbrush, how are you feeling? Congrats. Thank you so much for racing. How's it going?
I'm feeling rough after that second game.
I
That
would be
was
too.
really
That game is
hard.
hard as heck. I would be in the same spot.
That first game though, the drill dozer one, that was fun. I struggled with that last boss for a second though.
Yeah, it seemed like there were like a bunch of different ways to kind of like approach or deal with some of those attack patterns, and I liked the way that you settled on like jumping over those waves of robots, like playing it very like low risk. And
Was
yeah.
that not how everyone else did it?
I think that you can like do a little like a pogo off of them too, like with the downward thing.
I didn't even realize that.
I also might just be making that up in my brain. I can't. My brain is so full of ninjas and hostages. But your style of play was really cool because you were like very iterative. Like it was cool to watch you every attempt kind of like pick up and like learn more and like take a very kind of measured approach, even so far as to like double check the instructions for drill dozer, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, I couldn't. It just told me how to do like the jumping block thing where you drill into it and it like bounces back. But I was like, wait, how do I do this? And then I had to check it again just because I didn't want to take too long.
Yeah, no, and I think that was really cool, and that's like a good for these kinds of events. Like that's a good, to me, like I shouted that out in the moment because that's like a cool thing to be able to recognize. Like, yo, like rather than mash my face against the wall, not knowing what to do, like I'm gonna pause, potentially lose like a few seconds of time, but I'm gonna be thorough about like making sure that I know exactly what I'm prepared for or need to prepare for going forward. So that was cool.
Well, yeah, it's because last time when I played, the game we played didn't have that, and I got stuck for like 20 minutes on the mechanic. So I wanted to not do that again.
No, that's
how
sweet.
much longer did I take to finish on that one?
On drill dozer?
Mhm.
As
That was a
far
really close finish, I think, right?
yeah, so it
felt
was
pretty close.
it was an awesome finish because you were competing for third super hard with, I think that would be Ghost Lion. You and Ghost Lion were at the boss, and Ghost was ahead at one point and then took a death, and then you were like just ahead, and you were both battling back and forth like really closely. It was so cool. Like you both put on such an awesome show. Like everybody put on an awesome show, but like when first and second were decided, like y'all both made third super hype. So that was sweet.
Yeah, and that second game, that ninja one, the controls, I don't know why. They were just hard for me to get. And then I got distracted with something halfway through, so I wasn't super focused on it.
Sure.
Yeah. But it's really fun, but I don't think I'll be playing that one. Drill Dozer I'll probably go back to, but I don't think I'll be going back to that ninja one just because it's really hard.
Yeah, that's like Drill Dozer is definitely seems like more of a kind of like cool, like lower pressure, like narrative fun experience, and like Ninja 5-0 is like old school arcadey action that, it's cool, but yeah, I'm not surprised that people aren't like chomping at the bit to like stream this experience. But it was awesome to watch everybody race. And thank you so much again for racing, Paint. That was sweet.
Thank you for letting me race.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have anything else that you want to say to Chad or anyone before we
learn from my mistakes.
Hey, everybody needs to do that, all right? We all need to learn.
I've learned a lot from my mistakes today, personally.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Paintbrush. We appreciate that. And Ryan, how's it going? How you feeling?
I'm so comfy. I'm in a bathrobe, and I'm never ever taking it off.
Okay. Okay, absolutely stunting on him. Okay, that's awesome. Cool. Thank you so much for racing. How are you feeling post race? Like, what are some of your thoughts that you've had?
I'm good. I relearned about myself that I am extraordinarily competitive. Because I finished Drill Dozer and I hopped into chat and I saw that I wasn't first best friend, and I was actually kind of mad about it.
Oh, sure. Sure. Yeah, the not knowing like where your progress is in relation to others is, so you're saying that it like kind of lit the fire under you when you were done. How did it feel while you were racing? Not knowing where
Okay,
people were.
the first half of Drill Dozer felt really good. I felt like I was making good progress. I was thinking to myself like, oh yeah, this game is like really intuitive. I feel like I'm doing well. And then I had a really, really silly death in like the second stage or something, where I kept walking into an enemy, and I just kept walking into them, and they killed me, and I said, well, there goes that.
Yeah, it's like, I just keep thinking about, again, like not knowing where your progress is. Like those deaths are probably like when you at least have some sort of idea of where you are, like a death can be like, oh, okay, no, I'm still good. But like when you have no bearing of where you are in the process, like I bet a death feels like way magnified in terms of the stress.
Yeah, blind races are always really stressful because you always feel like the pressure's on. You always feel like you're running from behind, and some people really thrive on that. I do not.
You could have had me fooled, friends. Like you were very consistently pushing like into new areas, like with the quickness, and I think generally we're kind of in front, like back and forth between. It was like you and my boy kind of jockeying for those new territories and pushing first for a decent amount of those races. So yeah, don't be hard on yourself. That was a great performance.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was. I really liked the game. It was really cute. I really enjoyed it, and it seems fairly straightforward as far as the mechanics and stuff go. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, and I put this in chat, but like halfway through, it occurred to me that I didn't have to kill every single enemy. Like I don't have to stop and kill every single little dude. I can just jump over them. And then I knew that, and then I kept doing it anyway because I'm a completionist at heart. So I had to get every single little thing.
Fair.
So that probably cost me some time, but it is what it is.
Sure. Hey, it was still an awesome race, and yeah, it was a hell of a show. Do you have anything that you want to say to Chad or anyone else before we wrap up?
No, thanks so much for having me. I had fun. It was enjoyable. I would love to do it again. You guys are great and lovely people.
Back at you. Thank you so much for racing.
Great.
Yeah. All right, great. So I think are we wrapping up now? Is that
Yeah,
what's
I
happening,
believe
Bears?
so.
Cool,
Do you
cool,
want to do
cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, one more run through of shout outs. Just before we hit the shout outs specifically, I just want to say thank you so much to chat. Thank you so much to everyone involved in Sneakbike, but especially the people that are here and cheering on the racers, giving everyone support. Like, you are all a super important part of this process, and yeah, it is absolutely a pleasure to be doing this for y'all. Thank you for having me. And
Thank you so much for providing your commentary. It was lovely to have you here today, Dex.
It was great to be here.
Be
Thank
sure
you
to
so
follow
much
Dex
for
if you don't already.
yeah, and same shout out for Bears. Thank you so much, Bears, for your time and your talent. This was really fun to do. So specific shout outs now. We have our racers. So can we get some claps in chat and some love we have Ghost, Motherfudge, and Lion. We have my boy. We've got Rob. We have my boy Paintbrush Tails,
aka Rob.
yeah, or Rob, right? Paintbrush Tails and Ryan. Those are our racers. Make sure to drop them a follow on Twitch. Make sure to check them out. See what they're up to next. As you saw in the interview, they're all really, really cool, really, really kind people. So we have our producer Mel that we can't possibly forget about. Mel has, listen, y'all, producing this kind of stuff is tough, and it requires a lot of hands and a lot of different pies. And Mel has done a great job of keeping everything smooth and implementing a lot of cool tech to make this run. So to anyone that's running production, to anyone that's doing behind the scenes work, people like Mel, huge props to Mel. Our mods, we have Ace, Porcus, Rascal, and Web Tomato. Modding for communities. I think a lot of us know modding can be tough. Modding is you're a face of the community, you're a face of the chat. So thank you so much to our mods for holding it down in chat. And then thank you finally to our social team, to Jen the Human, Cosmicordia, and Bears and Beats, because we can't really, can't really expand this, can't really brand this, can't really, get this community really poppin' in the large scale without an awesome social media team. So give thanks to your social media squad, because it's work, and it's for Sneakbike. The social is hot. It's good stuff. So, yeah. Big shout out to everybody. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and thank you again, Dex, for doing this. This was super fun to commentate with you today. And I believe we have a raid target ready. If you want to copy and paste our raid calls, we'll head on over to say hi to Hyrule Gaming Group today. They play a bunch of different games, mostly the Nintendo games. Today they're playing Paper Mario 64. And also, just some side notes, feel free to join the Discord, fill out that Google form if you want to get involved for future races. And additionally, we will be having a town hall in Discord today right after the race. I believe that's open to anybody, just to talk through like the future of Sneakbike and feedback and all that fun stuff. So be sure to keep an eye on that if you're part of the Discord or want to join. In the meantime, yeah, thank you again all for today's race. It was such a good time.
Yeah, one more time, nicely done, Bears. This was really fun. I had a great time. And to chat, thank you so much. Yeah, like Bear said, town hall right after this. If you want to be involved in some Sneakbike future planning, hit it up. Otherwise, yeah, we'll see you all next time. Stay sneaky.
Stay sneaky.
And don't talk about Hollow Knight.
Don't talk about Hollow Knight.